Welcome in to the lunchtime pod here on the Young G and Sports Podcast. We got me, your host, as always, Young Genius, and we have a special call-in guest, Cam Watts. What's good, Cam? This is exciting stuff, man. Let's get it cracking, man. It's a nice, what is it, Wednesday, 26th of August. It's been a lot of talk today. A lot of talk today. A lot of the talk today has been about the Browns, their quarterback decision. A lot of talk today has been about the SEC saying that they don't really want those NFL players now. We've been hearing about Indiana and the improvements that they've made in their championship roster and how they want to approach this season. You're a former Bama fan, kinda. Keelan Russell looking good in fall camp.
Oh yeah, the starter keep coming.
Julian Sand and those boys at Ohio State. Another place you have ties to.
Oh yeah.
It's looking like Fernando Mendoza definitely won't be the starter in Las Vegas, whether that's to save him or whether that's because he's losing the job. Remains to be seen. You can leave that up to your own individual interpretation, but there's a lot of stuff that's on the table today, man. Let's just get right into it, man. Let's go, man. Where should we start? Should we start in good old Tuscaloosa?
Oh yeah, might as well. SEC powerhouse, man.
They are not just the SEC powerhouse; they're a national powerhouse. You talk about the University of Alabama, especially in the football department. What do you like about Keelan Russell that you think maybe he did that you guys see? What does he add to the offense that you guys didn't have last year? What do you think he adds to the offense that maybe an Austin Mack couldn't?
Honestly, I think for Keelan Russell, I mean, first of all, he's 6'3", 205.
He's big.
Yeah, so he's not a small guy. So when you, I think he's the most talented quarterback they've had in quite some time. In a few years, I'll say for sure.
You guys have had some talented quarterbacks, so that's not it's not something taken lightly. Um, are you where like are you willing to say some statements here? Who is he more talented? How far are you willing to go back? You said some time, but how far are you willing to go back? Is you're saying he's more talented than Jalen Milroe for sure, right?
Oh yeah, yes, at quarterback, yes.
As a passer,
Jalen Milroe is a heck of an athlete for sure. But not a good thrower of the football.
He had a nice deep ball.
Yeah, I mean, I will say his last year at Bama was obviously his best year, and that should have been because at that point, you developed quite a bit after being in school for years. But it just got to the point where just like I don't know, early on he was just very oh, they're coming. I'm running. Oh, I'm gonna throw it away. But I will say, I think I would put Keelan Russell as far as talented wise that played at Bama, not counting what they did in the NFL. I would definitely put him up there with Bryce Young for sure.
Bryce Young, the former number one overall recruit, when he was recruited and signed with Alabama.
Because when Bryce was there, he only had only one of his receivers was a first rounder, and he still threw for almost 5,000 and 47 touchdowns.
Only one, stuff you can only say at Alabama and Ohio State.
I think only one.
at LSU. Wow, he only had one first
He only
rounder.
had one first round quarterback.
Yeah.
Mark,
I can't even remember the last time Tennessee has had a first round receiver. We're still amongst the leaders in touchdowns and points per game per season. So that just tells you the talent that they have at Alabama, man. When,
yeah, for sure.
when you could just be like, man,
Or,
that guy only
for
had
sure.
one first rounder, and look what he did.
Yeah,
It's
look
like-
at what he did. So
So what does that say about Joe Burrow? I mean, he had a couple first rounders. He had 3 first rounders in the skill positions alone.
yeah.
Maybe even more. I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head. I know Justin Jamar and
Jamar, Justin,
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, yeah.
Was Brian Thomas on that team?
Dang.
Or was that JD5?
I don't think so. I think that was JD5. Because that was JD5 because they have Brian Thomas,
Neighbors.
Malik, and Lacey.
Okay. Rest in peace, Lacey.
Rest in peace, man. Crazy situation.
Keelan, so you're saying, I mean, who's the so y'all quarterback last year was who?
Don't matter. No, I'm sorry. I honestly, dang, what was his name?
I know y'all had. What does your quarterback look like? Oh, it was Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson, yes.
Tennessee guy. Middle Tennessee guy.
No disrespect to Ty Simpson. I thought Ty Simpson was good. That was good.
I like Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I think just with Keelan Russell though, when you choose him over an experienced senior, then it's like, that alone should just show you how especially as because Austin Mack,
Austin Mack has some talent too.
He's talented. I would have thought he would have been the starter no matter what.
He's got some arm talent. He was a guy that was at Washington, if I'm not mistaken, with DeBoer, and now he comes over to Alabama and still loses the job. I'm sure he's still getting paid well, but
oh yeah, come on now,
this still has to be a major disappointment for Austin Mack.
Yeah. Definitely. I'm sure money aside, you still want to play football. You still want to be the guy, especially when you're playing at a school like Alabama. It's but that's what I'm saying. When you give up on a guy who's 6'6", 230, senior, and you're gonna have Keelan Russell started, like there had to have been some obvious differences in practice, So
even though Austin Mack's a senior.
You're a senior, it's your 4th year in the Bower system. You know what I mean? Like,
he's a senior, but it says here he's only 20 years old. That's a young age for a senior. He's also never played. You know what I mean?
Wait, is he not a senior?
It says he's a senior.
Oh. I'm thinking of bro. Never mind. I'm thinking of still Ty Simpson. I'm slow. Still thinking of Ty.
I mean, he hasn't played, so it's like it does say he's a senior though. He's never played.
I thought he was.
Yeah, his classification is a senior. He's probably just he has nothing else to do. He's not playing. He's going to basket weaving class at Alabama.
He's either a junior or a senior for sure.
ESPN has him as a senior.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I wasn't wrong. Okay.
Yeah. ESPN has him as a senior, but I think like this situation is a little bit different because he actually did go in there and get some snaps, and he has been in college football for quite some time. He'll be able to go and transfer and still get his 2 extra years of eligibility and all that. But
for sure. But
he also hasn't played.
The crazy part for me is that this is the first time that I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. that the QB battle in Alabama was between two black quarterbacks, man.
Yeah, probably in some time. I really have to go back and think. I don't know who. Tua and Jalen Hurts, kinda. If you want to count Tua, um, as black, he's Samoan. Uh, then you had, Tua's little brother there. If you want to want to count that as a quarterback battle. If you want to count that as a quarterback battle, I don't know who Blake Sims was competing against. It probably wasn't another black quarterback. But this is for sure, probably since Jalen and Tua is the first quarterback battle between two, people of color in Alabama. So that's shout out to Kalen DeBoer, I guess, in that aspect. Right? I'm not mad at that. I'm hoping, you bring up Jalen Milroe when we talking about talent. You said Keelan Russell's probably the most talented quarterback since Bryce Young, and from just from a recruiting standpoint, I mean you're absolutely right. Right, Ty Simpson was, I believe, a 4-star, and Jalen Milroe was also a 4-star. Bryce Young was the last 5-star. Keelan Russell was, I believe, number 2 in his class. Some recruiting services have him as number 1. Some had him as number 3. We all know how it goes, but he was a consensus 5-star type of guy, and was widely regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in his class. Um, Me as a Tennessee fan, a guy that is no matter what, we know we're going to see you guys the third Saturday of October. I believe that this year is October 17th when you guys will be coming to Knoxville. I'm hoping either one of two things. I'm hoping either Keelan Russell just forgets to wake up and stays at the hotel that day, or I'm hoping that he can't pass the football. I really am. I know what I saw in the spring game. I know what I'm hearing in fall camp, that that's just not the case, and what we've seen, in his highlights and stats and things of that nature from high school, that he can throw the football. But I'm hoping a year sitting behind Ty Simpson and Austin, man, even though Ty Simpson can throw the football. Um, I'm hoping his development didn't develop. This is me as a Tennessee fan speaking, of course. Um, cause, cause from a talent perspective, from what he can do running the football, if he can pass the football too, I, this might be the scariest Alabama quarterback I think I might ever see. If he can pass to the degree that we've been hearing about, and
Yeah.
we already know what he can do with his legs. He's a
Yep.
freshman. Like, I don't want to see this guy for 4 more years. Obviously, we got a freshman of our own at Tennessee, but even Keelan Russell has a year to his senior advantage on him. Um, what do you think about that? What do you think about his ability as a dual threat guy? I know what you think
Yeah.
to him as Bryce, but if he can really throw this football, let's say to the caliber of a Ty Simpson, right? Let's say
Okay.
if he can throw the football to a caliber of Ty Simpson, and we already know his running game. I won't give it Jalen Milroe yet because we just haven't seen him play. But let's just say that his running game is as good as Jalen Milroe, and he can throw as good as Ty Simpson. Would that be the most talented quarterback Alabama has seen?
Would that be the most talented? Yeah, I would say so. I don't know. I don't know if it would help them win. We're talking about two guys that didn't win, but just from a talent point of view, oh for sure. I think honestly, I think that with Keelan Russell starting this season, I think this season will be the start of the Kalen DeBoyer championship era. I think they got it like
Whoa,
that.
whoa, whoa, whoa. So, what do you mean by that? Championship era? How?
You said how?
Yeah, like SEC championships, competing for championships, or actually winning championships. What do you mean by championship era?
As long as Keelan Russell is the quarterback, they're going to win the SEC championship.
They're going to win 1 or 3 in a row, 4 in a row.
However long you want to stay at Bama. But hey, if he's there for the next 3 years, because what is he, a redshirt sophomore, right?
Yes.
So including this year.
Well, he should be a redshirt freshman. Last year was his true freshman year.
Redshirt freshman.
So he's a redshirt freshman.
Okay, cool. Well, assuming he stays for the next 3 years, then they'll win 3 in a row.
Wow. 3 SEC championships in a row for Alabama. That's what you're saying right now.
Yep.
Wow. That's that's not good news for Tennessee. What makes you say this? What makes you say this? They've had good quarterback play. All right, Ty Simpson was in the Heisman race.
Yes.
Jalen Milroe was in the Heisman race. They've had good quarterback play. Quarterback play has not necessarily been the reason why Alabama hasn't been successful under Kalen DeBoer. What makes you say this about Keelan Russell? I mean, we know he's a talented guy. We've yet to see him take a snap yet. But he
played. Didn't he play a couple games last season?
I think Austin Mack got all the garbage time minutes for those guys last season, which is why most people believe that he was just going to be the starter. But Keelan Russell was allowed to play 4 games. I'm going to go and check on that just to make sure. I don't think Keelan Russell played last year. Oh, he did. He had 2 touchdowns and 143 yards last year against East Carolina.
Yeah. I could have sworn he played.
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't play against East Carolina. Who do you do this against? He did this against UL Monroe and Eastern Illinois University.
Okay.
So he went 4 for 6, 2 touchdowns. That's an efficient day. Against UL Monroe. And he went 7 for 9, 78 yards against EIU. So.
Wow. Also very efficient. Okay. So yeah, when I say this about Keelan Russell, I'm not saying it from a standpoint of like I'm not just comparing him to the other previous Alabama quarterbacks. I'm comparing him to previous Heisman winners, Caleb Williams, guys like that. I think he's on that level of talent.
Well, Caleb Williams didn't win anything.
No. He didn't win anything, but Keelan will. I'm saying as far as talent-wise, I have him as a Heisman winner. He may be the first one since I don't know when to win it back-to-back.
Wow, you're you're an Ohio State fan, right? This is you're going out on a limb here. So you got not only Keelan Russell winning 3 straight SEC championships, you have him winning a Heisman, and it sounds like you got. I mean, if he's going to win 3 straight SEC championships, win a Heisman, you probably have him as the number 1 overall pick in his draft as well.
Oh yeah.
Wow. And how many national championships is Alabama going to win in the next 3 years?
I'm gonna just be on the safe side, and I'm gonna just say 1. I want to say 2.
If he wins back-to-back Heismans, he might just be going after 2 years. So that's just 1 national championship under the Keelan Russell era, a Heisman Trophy won by him, in 2 to 3 SEC. How many years he's as the starter quarterback, you have them winning the SEC title?
What'd you say?
However many years that Keelan Russell is the starting quarterback, you have them winning the SEC title. You have a Heisman, you have a national championship, all within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So why? Where's this confidence coming from? I mean, like I said, Alabama's problem has not necessarily been quarterback play, right? It's been the inability to run the football, the inability to stop the run on a consistent basis. Um, that's really been it. Just running the football and stopping the run.
Right.
In the SEC, do you magically have these things solved? I mean, their O line wasn't the most beautiful thing. It wasn't the most talked about thing this offseason. Obviously, when you have a dynamic quarterback, your offensive O line play tends to go up a little bit. Is that what you see as the main catalyst for this boost in running offense for these guys and run defense for these guys? I mean, where is this success coming from for Kalen DeBoer? I know he's probably going to be wearing the black hoodie all season this time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think honestly, because there are it is going to be there are some holes within the team. I mean, like you said, run game, O line. I mean, even with their D line, what they lose three starters last year or this season. So honestly, with Keelan Russell, I think that I think honestly, the running game just has to be somewhat decent. If the O line can just do their job, then it's fine. Like, I know that's the obvious thing, but it's just like I think I have Keelan Russell on this pedestal, and I think that him by yourself can win you some games, but I don't think redshirt freshman Keelan Russell is ready to play hero ball yet. Next year for sure, or maybe second half of the season this year.
But you still have them winning an SEC championship.
Yeah.
Interesting. Did they win? They almost won last year. I know that. Ty Simpson. Interesting. Wow. I think LSU's $40 million roster will have something to say about that. Trinidad Chambliss, he's pretty good. I think Ole Miss might have something to say about that. I think Texas's $60 million roster and Arch Manning and Cam Coleman and Wingo and those guys over there at Texas, and they might have something to say about that. Georgia, Kirby Smart's pretty good at coaching football. They might have something to say about that. I'm not quite ready to say Tennessee this season, but next season, this will be the first time Josh Heupel will ever have. Well, we don't know for sure. We'll knock on wood here, but this will be the first time ever Josh Heupel will have a returning quarterback for 2 years in a row, right? If we're starting a true freshman. But we started a freshman once and he left, so I'll knock on wood with this one. So I think Tennessee in the next few years will have something to say about that. Mississippi State, Kamario Taylor, he's pretty good at football. He might have something to say about that. And Auburn under Alex Golish, Florida's looking pretty, looking like they're good, going to be a good football team. Lenore Sellers and those guys at South Carolina, they don't have the talented team, but they have probably the two most talented players in all of college football at South Carolina. They may have something to say about that, but Alabama is a good football team. Alabama, Kalen DeBoer is a good football coach. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. So you said a lot of big things. You said a lot of big things. I like Keelan Russell. Obviously, I'm biased towards Fajon Brandon. We know what that offense does. We know that it's a quarterback-friendly offense. We know that Tennessee's receiving room and O-line, and we know the running backs that they're going to be bringing in. I don't know, man. I don't know. I like Tennessee. Next year, the game will be back in Bryant Denny. But this year we'll see how Keelan does in Neyland. We'll see how Keelan. I think let's look at Alabama's schedule. I mean, because you have them winning. You said maybe two Heisman's possibly. Um, wow.
Yeah. I mean, because they do have a stretch where they play Georgia, Tennessee, and Texas A&M 3 games in a row, and then after their bye, they go to LSU.
I didn't even mention Texas A&M. Texas A&M might have something to say about that. Um, SEC championship thing too. So they start off East Carolina, early SEC game against Kentucky, Florida State. Florida State may be a trap game again this year for Alabama.
Yeah, very well could be.
We know Florida State treats Alabama like the Super Bowl. It was kind of like the Timberwolves a couple of years ago when they won the playing game and celebrated, and then didn't do anything else the rest of the game. I think you're the guy who makes it famous that teams that celebrate too wildly at halftime usually don't win the game. Yeah, you make a little buzzer beater at halftime and celebrate too hard, you're probably not gonna win that game.
Yeah, it's a third quarter buzzer beater, and we're acting like we won the finals, but it's fine.
So let's see. Okay, if Alabama's on top, that means they are the away team. So home game against Carolina, at Kentucky. You know, Kentucky has an entirely new football program. We don't know what Kentucky is yet. We don't know how they'll look this year yet. But historically speaking, 2 wins for sure. Florida State at home this time. That'll be beneficial. Kalen DeBoer will be wearing the black hoodie for sure that game at 2:30.
Oh yeah.
South Carolina at home, 4-0, unless Dylan Stewart just has a has a game wrecking game that game. Lenore Sellers has talent. Who knows? Maybe he's improved this year. Maybe not. 4-0 is likely for Alabama. Then they go on the road to Mississippi State. This is a trap game. Kamario Taylor.
That's a trap game.
Kamario Taylor's good. Mississippi State is a very good team. They lost a lot of close games last year, and they were young last year, and they got to keep a lot of those guys because they lost a lot of games. They didn't have to overpay guys. That's a trap game. At Mississippi State, I think we'll figure out, depending on what time that game is, it's still a TBD. If you guys get a night game right there, I don't know. It'll be like last year. I think I went to overtime last year against Mississippi State, right? I think so. I think it was like a multiple overtime game last year. Maybe I'm thinking of Texas. I think Georgia, Alabama. I think it's Texas. I think Tennessee went to OT last year against Mississippi State too. Georgia, Alabama, at Alabama. Kalen DeBoer struggles against Georgia. It'll be tough. At Tennessee, it'll be tough. We have a freshman quarterback, but we all know what Neyland Stadium is like. I think that's tough. 50-50 toss-up game right there.
I'm not for sure.
Texas A&M, at Bama. Texas A&M got a tough schedule. Got to go to LSU, to Bama. Oh, so this is your stretch. You got Mississippi State on the road, Georgia home, Tennessee on the road, Texas A&M at home, and then you got LSU on the road. It's a tough stretch for Keelan Russell. We'll see. If you guys can somehow make it through that gauntlet, I don't see how you guys go through that gauntlet without 2 losses. I don't see how you go through that gauntlet without 2 losses. There's no bye week. Okay, there is a bye week before LSU. But Mississippi State, Georgia, Tennessee, Texas A&M. If you can get through that gauntlet with only 1 loss, then yes, SEC championship. It's possible. You got Vanderbilt. Yeah, that's gonna be a win at Vanderbilt. And then y'all got Chattanooga. Shout out to you guys consistently paying Tennessee schools, man. That's gonna be big for the Chattanooga budget. And then you guys got Auburn at home. Alex Golish and his new fast pace. Alex Golish, I think, has a pretty good record against Alabama as well. He might be undefeated against Alabama. at least from his time at Tennessee as our assistant coach. And this is saying that it could either happen on November 26th or the November 28th. So it must be
Yeah, I think that's Thanksgiving week.
yeah, it must be a
That's what I said.
Thanksgiving game. So wow. Tough schedule for Keelan Russell, first year starter. You have them somehow escaping and making it to the SEC championship. You still confident in that SEC championship after hearing that schedule?
Oh yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah." How many wins? How many losses going into that?
Let me pull up the schedule.
I think two losses probably still get you an opportunity. I think that's what they did last year. They still had an opportunity.
Two losses will still get us an opportunity because all the other SEC schools like to wet the bed themselves. So it's fine. So
Oklahoma, pretty good. Missouri was
Yeah.
pretty good last year.
if I had to pick two games that they would lose during that stretch from Mississippi State all the way to Vandy. Have Vandy in there. All the way to Vanderbilt. I think their two losses would only come to Georgia and LSU.
LSU.
Yeah.
So we're just disrespecting Neyland Stadium. Okay.
We're not disrespecting Neyland Stadium.
It's been a minute since you guys have won in Knoxville.
My grandfather's from Alabama. He's an Alabama fan, born and raised. His birthday is October 17th. That's the same day y'all play Tennessee, so that's why that was going to win.
I think we should invite him to the game, honestly, so he can see with his own eyes what's going to happen that day. Let's get him to the game, man.
Let's get him tickets coming, man.
Let's get him some birthday tickets to the Alabama-Tennessee game in Knoxville. Come to wear all his Alabama gear. He'll be greeted with open arms. They'll give him the red carpet.
I think my grandfather's job, man.
He's probably seen some things.
How
old is he?
He'll turn 87.
Well, he's definitely seen some things. Definitely
yeah.
been through some things down there in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have real love for the football team if you live that life and still go out and support those guys every day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was like, yeah, this Jim Crow is cool, but did you see Alabama football game?
He's like, yeah, I don't know nobody named Jim, but they didn't win it.
Forrest Gump was a hell of a running back for us. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson and this whole fiasco that's going on. This what he's called a bias against him in the national media. How do you feel? Do you think the media is being biased against Deshaun Watson? Do you think they have personal vendettas against Deshaun Watson? Personal agendas against Deshaun Watson, or is the media warranted in the criticisms that they've said about Deshaun Watson over the last couple of years? What are your thoughts on that?
Why would they have a vendetta against Deshaun Watson?
I don't know. Apparently Deshaun Watson believes that he's being personally attacked. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because of media relationships, possibly with a said quarterback's father on the roster. I don't know. I don't know why he believes he has become villainized by the national media. Maybe it's the things that he's been accused of in the past. Maybe that's why the media doesn't like him. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about this? What do you think about the situation? Is the media warranted in their criticisms of Deshaun Watson's on and off the field, performance, or is this you think a targeted thing? Is the media targeting Deshaun Watson?
Look, this is the thing. Do I believe that it's warranted? 1,000%, yes. And let me tell you why. When you're a $200 million young man,
Right.
whether you do everything good or bad, everyone's going to talk about you anyway, regardless, because everyone knows you're a $200 million man. Now, when you mix in the fame and the money and all that, even before you got the big bag, when you mix that with some not nice things.
What do you mean by not nice things? What do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm sure our viewers have Google. Just look up Deshaun Watson 2021. And everything you'll need will pop up. But I say that to say that also too, we have seen in the entertainment spaces that you still have to be a certain level of good, maybe even great, for people to overlook your downfalls. So when you do what you do, and then you proceed to, I don't know, throw 2 or 3 interceptions against third stringers, all the boos are warranted. This warranted. All the boos, all the media, everything is warranted. And then instead of taking accountability for not having a good game, because we have bad days some days. Instead of taking accountability, you say, "Hey, the fans have a personal vendetta against me."
He did say the fans.
And
he did say the fans too.
And if I start, it's going to be 17 road games.
He actually said he gets more love on the road than in Cleveland. You talking about in South Carolina? Where is he getting this love from? South Carolina doesn't have a professional football team, so
I don't know. He didn't play it all last year, so I don't know where he got that from. I don't know.
Maybe it's just not hate. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just not hate. I have hopes. I have some hopes for Deshaun Watson. I mean, we at least at practice he's looked good. I don't know what that says about the Browns defense or what, but at practice at times he's looked good from what we can see from what we've heard.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they went in the direction that they did. Why play the guy who you're definitely going to cut before March 23rd, right? That's when his 200 million becomes guaranteed again after he restructured his deal for some odd reason. I don't know why he did that. Maybe he just wanted to get cut. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting that vibe too.
Maybe he just wants to, go home and chill with Jilly, his wife. I don't understand why he would do that. He got a guaranteed contract. Gilbert Arenas has famously said athletes get paid for what they've done and not what they're going to do. So I thought this was an obvious situation of, a guy who got called the Michael Jordan of football by his college coach.
Which that could have been a little bit of foreshadowing because MJ also has his own little scandals, but
are they the same type of scandals as Deshaun Watson?
Are they the same? No. Are they still scandals? Yes.
They are still scandals. The scandalous Deshaun Watson. Speaking of Michael Jordan.
Oh, yes, Michael Jeffrey.
Speaking of Michael Jordan, you guys tune in about 2 weeks. We'll be dropping GOATs, mini series about some of the GOAT debates, about how we developed the Young Genius Sports GOAT calculator. And we're just going to take you guys behind the scenes of, the GOAT debates. Deshaun, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning. Who's the goat of football? Is it even a quarterback? Is it Lawrence Taylor? Is it Jerry Rice? Is it Terrell Owens, Randy Moss? We'll talk about it. Is the
Yeah.
GOAT of basketball LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson? Is it Larry Bird? Is it Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Um, is it Steph Curry? Is it Kobe Bryant? Is it Shaq? Is it Wilt Chamberlain? We'll talk about it, and we'll go into the criteria of it. So, nice little segue there by our calling guest, who I want to make a permanent host, but busy man that Cam Watts is, isn't he?
This is the first time I heard this live on air, guys. This is
Wouldn't that be something? Uh, let's get into this. I mean, you watch a little football, right? You watch a little soccer, as we call it in America.
Oh, is that what you guys call it out here?
Yeah, we call it soccer. I like to call it football. It just makes sense to me, even though there's rumors that when it was created, it was actually called soccer in England, but then they tried to get get fancy and start calling it football again. Um,
I like that.
what were you able to watch some of the Premier League, some of the soccer around the world, La Liga and things of that nature this past weekend?
Unfortunately, I was not able to watch any over the weekend.
It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. But what happened?
Well, a couple things happened. Liverpool played Newcastle, and this is something we've talked about the last 2 days here at the Lunchtime Pods. Make sure you guys are tuning in to the Lunchtime Pods at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. This might be like a brunch time pod where you're at, Cam, but
All good.
brunch, lunch. I know LA is kind of famous for brunch. Anyways, you can have a nice little avocado toast sandwich, right? That sounds like something you guys do in LA.
Oh yeah.
Uh, anyways, Liverpool played Newcastle, and the result didn't go in Liverpool's favor. I mean, it ended as a draw, which isn't the worst thing. It's always good to leave a match with a point, with something. It could have been worse. It could have been Manchester United. Those guys lost the whole city. Shout out to whole city. But well, before we get to Liverpool, since we're on Manchester United, how do you feel about Bruno Fernandez?
Bruno Fernandez, man.
How do you feel about Bruno Fernandez? Yeah, obviously,
As in what aspect?
I mean, he won Premier League Player of the Year last year for and I thought it was kind of a participation trophy. Oh my God, you guys finished higher than what we thought you were going to. Um, Even though you're Manchester United, like okay. Oh my God, you broke the assist record with set pieces. Okay, it's like I'm not really, I'm not gonna, I don't want to, deter what you're gonna say about Bruno Fernandez. Um, what are your what are your thoughts on Bruno Fernandez as a player? Obviously Portugal, didn't do that hot in the World Cup. Still, again, I don't want to deter what you're gonna say about Bruno Fernandez. What are your thoughts on Bruno? Um, the I guess reigning Premier League Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, reigning, Premier League Player of the Year. I mean, he's very. I say that he can be a risky player.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, and his risk taking can make him look careless at times, and there's times where he'll be aggressive when he shouldn't be, or he should be aggressive and he won't be. It's different things like that. But there are things about him that do make him special. I mean, obviously his passing. I mean, you bring up the set pieces and breaking the record, stuff like that. Obviously, but I think he's a great. I think he's a great passer. I don't think he's the reason why Manchester United isn't good during this era. I don't think he's the reason. I think he's the reason that it's going worse than what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Premier League Player of the Year. Yeah, I do agree with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, the team finished like very low the year before. I believe it was like 11th, and 2024. I guess because last year was 2025, right? 2026 season.
Yeah.
So, man, you finished low in 2024, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, Manchester United, this can't be." They have the most Premier League titles ever, even though that era is over. Sir Alex Ferguson, they finished 8th a couple of years ago, and then last year they finished 4th, which is still
I think
not that good.
I think that I'm not mad that he won it. Because again, from a standpoint, he was the best. I'd say creator, but I would say like guys like Declan Rice or even Haaland could have definitely won for sure.
They finished 15th. Wow. 2 years ago. Yeah. So that was worse than I thought.
Like, man, this is crazy.
They finished 15th a couple years ago, and the year before that they finished 8th. And so last year they finished 3rd, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is because of Bruno and his assist." Like, come on, bro, stop it. Stop it. I'm predicting. If today is an episode of brave predictions and wild predictions, I like what you said about Keelan Russell. Because it's going to get us some views and it's going to get us talked about on TikTok and things of that nature. I obviously don't like it personally because I hope Fajon gets all the stuff that you said and leads Tennessee to those things. Or even Marcel. I like Marcel. He's a good kid. He's a good guy. Either one of those two guys, I would prefer doing that stuff over Keelan Russell. I understand that it's a possibility. I understand from what I've seen on tape from Keelan Russell that you're not just saying conjecture, that this is stuff that's backed by what you see. This is backed by the eye test. This is backed historically by Alabama bringing in competitive rosters and great receiving cores and usually having first round talent littered throughout the entire team, especially on the O line and in the backfield. So it's very possible for Keelan Russell to do those things. Do I hope it happens? No. Do I wish it happens? No. Actually, I pray that the opposite happens. I pray that he's a bust. But I do understand that that he's a pretty good football player, and this is not personal. Obviously, I hope that the black man succeeds. Just not to the downfall or the hindrance of Tennessee succeeding and not succeeding against Tennessee. I hope he can win every other game besides Tennessee, LSU, and Texas A&M. And maybe even Georgia. I wouldn't be mad at a 4-loss season. I honestly would not. That being said, to get back on track to Bruno Fernandes and to Manchester United. Since we're making brave statements, since we're making hot takes, so to say, and I don't even think this is a hot take. I think Bruno Fernandes is probably the most overrated footballer in the Premier League for sure, and maybe even in the world. I really do believe that. Why do I believe that? Like I just said, I mean, this guy has been the captain of Manchester United for quite some time. I mean, and even when he wasn't the clear cut, like the actual captain, I mean, he was the guy that was in the starting lineup wearing the band. And they finished 8th 2 years ago. This is Manchester United, by the way. They finished 15th in 2025. 15th. That's a couple of spots away from getting relegated. If I'm, if I'm not wrong, right? So
this is true.
this is true stuff. If this guy's supposed to be this world class talent at a club like Manchester United, a team that over the last 10 years has spent $1.6 billion in the transfer market, and we're giving out participation trophies to guys that finish where they're supposed to be in the top four. Like, are we impressed by that? Are we impressed that Manchester United did what they were supposed to do and we're a top four club? Like, we're giving out awards to players because a team that's literally worth $1.6 billion, probably even more, finished third. A team that has spent the second most amount of money in all of football finished third in the Premier League. And I'm supposed to be impressed. When we say numbers like that, I'm actually shocked that he didn't break the record quicker than that. Honestly, we're talking about Manchester United. We're talking about a team that's in the Big Six. We're talking about a team, like we just said, with the most Premier League trophies. A team that, is expected to win. Expected to be in the Champions League. And I'm supposed to be excited because Bruno, a guy who doesn't show up for Portugal, a guy who disappeared in the game against Hull City, a guy who's extremely hot-headed, a guy that, to me, is a little bit overconfident. I mean, I remember when Ronaldo was on the team, and this guy was stealing penalties from Ronaldo. Hey, what's up with this guy? Maybe that's where my bias stems from. When I saw him steal the penalty from Ronaldo and then miss it on multiple occasions. I don't know. Am I being too harsh on Bruno? Yes, he can make a pass. Yes, he can see a pass. Yes, but I don't know if it's actual talent or if it's just arrogance. Honestly, the passes that he does, I don't know if it's confidence or if it's hubris. And I think we'll see. I don't think he'll win Premier League Player of the Year this year. I'll go on the limb and say that. Let's make some breaking news there. I don't think he'll win Premier League Player of the Year this year. I don't think he'll break the assist record this year. Is that a hot? Matter of fact, I'll go a step further. I'll guarantee it. I'll Charles Barkley guarantee that he does not break the assist record this year and he does not win Premier League Player of the Year this year. Am I being too harsh on Bruno? Am I being a biased Liverpool fan right now? Or do you see what I'm saying a little bit? Like, why are we being impressed that Manchester United in this $1 billion roster finished third in the league? Why are we being impressed that Bruno, with the talent that they have on that team, with Casemiro, who's now gone, and we kind of saw that missing leadership in the whole City game, and he was the one that was scoring a lot of those goals for Manchester United on those set pieces. Why am I'm not impressed that they scored on set pieces. Like, if you were Kevin De Bruyne and you're making these assists from live action, from live play, okay, yeah, I'll give you some credit for that. If you're Tony Cruz, if you're Mo Salah and you're making these assists from live play, okay, yeah, okay, cool. You broke an assist record from set pieces? I'm supposed to be impressed by this? I mean, yes, you're putting the ball in the area, but let's be honest, set pieces are scored. I mean, obviously, you practice them and things of that nature, but they're scored with a lot of luck. There's a lot of luck involved in a set piece. Am I being too harsh?
I think you're being a little too harsh. I think the bias is coming out. Being a tad too harsh, but I mean, yes. The one of the things that I can't agree with was, yes, the stealing penalties from Ronaldo was crazy. It was crazy.
I mean, I don't know. Also, we gotta talk about Liverpool, man. Liverpool, like I said, draw Newcastle. I've been talking about Kirkheads for the last 2 days, but I think this is gonna be the clip because I'm gonna go in on the entire Liverpool um organization, fans included,
Oh, oh.
fans included, my fellow brothers, my fellow Scousers, my fellow Reds. Listen, first of all, the Gakpo hate has to stop. Guys getting mad at Gakpo for last year's production when the entire team was trash, it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. Guys getting mad at Arne Slot for not playing the same way that he did the year they won the championship when he lost 7 players made no sense at all. The hate that FSG gets, I understand. Yes, cool. Everybody's mad that somebody owns their team. When their team doesn't win, we gotta blame the owner. We understand it. We get it. And when teams are spending more than you, oh my god, it feels like we don't care. The point of business is to turn a profit. Liverpool is consistently regarded as one of the best clubs ran in the world. Probably the best ran club in the world in terms of turning a profit and winning football matches. They also spend some money. All right, we have the two most expensive transfers in the Premier League. I mean, obviously Anderson Elliott or Elliot Anderson in his purchase from Manchester City, as thrown those numbers differently now. But the ownership spends money. Am I defending the ownership? No, but what am I getting to here? It's great to have standards. It's great to have expectations. It's great to hold people accountable to reaching those expectations. But it's also more important when you're a fan of a club to actually show support to the club. Is that break? Is it? Am I break?
Oh.
Am I? Am I saying something crazy here, Cam? All right. Usually, when you support a club, usually when you're a fan of a club, you should probably show some support to the club. What does that mean? Being positive. When players are having down periods, instead of getting on to them, you cheer for them. You say, "Hey, man, we believe in you. You can do better." People usually in any profession, not just professional sports, and I'm saying this, from a coach's perspective, they usually respond better to positive reinforcement than to negative criticism. You have to be a rare individual to be able to accept constructive criticism, especially when it's negative in the modern era. I know it's a little bit more okay, in the past. And there's guys that are still, old school and things of that nature. But 9 times out of 10, the modern athlete performs better under positive reinforcement than negative criticism. That being said, let me not be a hypocrite. When I go and talk and talk about the players on the Liverpool roster.
Yeah.
First, let's get on Arne Slot. Everybody wanted Arne Slot gone. Me personally, I did not. Why is that? Well, because 2 years ago we had the best team in football. Did we win the Champions League? No. But we won the Premier League and we were competing on every front. We almost won a quadruple. And we did win the first ever Champion League league play. We were number one in the Champions League, right? Heading into the round of 16. We ended up losing, or to the knockout stages, should I say. I think it's like a round of 32 now. We ended up losing to PSG, the eventual winners, on penalties. It's not a bad way to lose to the eventual champions. Right? We ended up losing on penalties. Guys that miss penalties are all gone now, except for they're all gone. Curtis Jones gone, right? Didn't even want to be here this preseason. Konate gone. He plays for Real Madrid. Didn't want to be here last year. And Darwin Nunez loves the post, right? Are we surprised that he missed? No. Here's my thing. One, inconsistency from the fan base. The support that we've shown for Nunez, who, I understand it, I get it. And I've said this on previous podcasts. The guy works hard. Oh my God, does he work hard? His intensity, his ferocity, you love to see it. I think that the intensity of his hard work and his willingness to show how much that he cares about winning, it's like it fooled the fan base somehow, some way, because somehow, some way, us Liverpool, a team that has 6 European championships, has the most trophies in England, has 20 league titles, right? Somehow that became the standard. Somehow hard work was enough to get love. Somehow hard work was enough to become a Liverpool player. That's the bare minimum. Wanting to win, playing hard, playing with a sense of urgency. When you're at a club like Liverpool, that is the bare minimum. That's the one thing I like about all my teams, right? The fans are going to hold their players accountable. Tennessee, hey, if you're not playing hard, you're going to hear about it. Philadelphia, hey, if you're not playing hard, you're going to hear about it. That's the bare minimum. But we also need you to be good at what you get paid to do. We also need you to be a good footballer. If you're paid to score goals, you got to score goals too. If you're paid to defend, you got to defend too. Right? If you're paid to throw touchdowns, hey Jalen Hurts, you got to throw touchdowns. Right?
They do.
Right? Playing hard, wanting to win it's never been the end all be all. This isn't Hull City. This is Liverpool. Right? You got to do more than just play hard. You got to do more than just want it. You got to be technically sound. You have to be tactically sound. You have to be elite at what you do. People wanted Slot out, and Slot did leave. But when Slot won the league and when we went on an unbeaten streak for about 3 months where we didn't lose a game, let's just go through the names on that roster. Louis Diaz. Is Louis Diaz pretty good at football? Yeah, he's pretty good. He was third most in goals created, and goal contributions last year in the world. Yeah, he wasn't there last year. Trent Alexander-Arnold, is he pretty good at football? Yeah, he's pretty good. He plays for Real Madrid now. He's second back, but yeah, he's one of the best passers, if not the best passer we've ever seen play right back. Yeah, he's not on the roster anymore. Andy Robertson. We talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold. Well, guess what? Andy Robertson, not only was he captain of Scotland, all right, he captains his home country. He's also number 1 all time from a defender in assist. Yeah, he's no longer at left back. Konate. Was Konate anything last year? Did he even want to be there? Was he even healthy the entire year? Obviously, he struggled with a lot of things off the field. But no, he wasn't. He was very bad. He was a shell of himself. Yeah, he wasn't there last year. Even though he wasn't. Mo Salah. Mo Salah had a Ballon d'Or level season. He finished second or third in the Ballon d'Or. You want to talk about a drop off? Obviously, he went to Africa Cup of Nations, and that's going to play into it as well. But to go from 40 goal contributions to around 10 to 15, yeah, you're not gonna look the same. And then the big one, Diogo Jota, right? Can't do anything about that. He was our best finisher. He was a guy who could play false nine. He could be an outright nine. He could play on the left. He could play on the right. He was both footed. His link-up play was exceptional, and he died.
Damn.
Rest in peace, Diego Jota. Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez wasn't there as well. Obviously, you know, we kind of missed him a little bit less than other players because, you know, when you talk about production, the guy wasn't really producing much. He produced a lot of things against the post. He liked to hit the post a lot. He loved hitting the post instead of actually scoring goals. Um, man, I would love to put Isak in that team. I guarantee you, Isak would score in that team. And then our midfield, we probably had one of the best midfielders in one of the best midfields in the world. Obviously, like I just said, we went 3 months without losing a game. Soboslai, McAllister, and Gravenberch. What did we do? We said, okay, Soboslai, your link-up play isn't the greatest, but you do work hard. We're gonna go get Florian Wirtz. Florian Wirtz, that was a great signing, right? We talk about it, us going unbeaten. Leverkusen also went unbeaten, right? Xavi Alonso, it looks like he's going to have Chelsea doing better than what they did last year. I'm still not a big believer in Chelsea but besides Bruno, I think Cole Palmer is also very overrated. But we'll get into that on another day. How you feel about Cole Palmer, Cam? Like Cole Palmer?
Oh yeah, no, I think Cole Palmer's great.
Yeah, I don't. But we'll get into that on another day.
You're not a Cole Palmer guy.
I'm not a Cole Palmer guy. I'm not. I think there's a clear reason why Thomas Tuchel left him off the England squad, but you know, he also left Trent off the squad too. So, you know, his squad choice and, you know, the way he coaches is always interesting. It's a conversation for another day. Back on track. If you're gonna hate Gakpo for last year, you need to also hate Florian Wirtz for last year. I didn't even talk about Kirkes. I didn't even say nothing about Kirkes. All right. You also got to hate Kirkes from last year. You also have to hate our captain Virgil van Dijk from last year. You also got to hate Allison for last year. He didn't play up to par. Obviously, you got to hate Konate from last year. All right. Connor Bradley didn't play. He was supposed to be the Trent replacement. We gotta blame him. We gotta hate Joe Gomez, right? He wasn't healthy last year, right? Harvey Elliott wasn't there last year. We talk about guys that weren't there from the year before when we were such a good team. He wasn't there last year. Did I already say Florian Wirtz? I'm gonna say him again. Throw him in there twice. Gotta hate him from last year. Gravenberch took a step back. Was it his fault? Yeah, I don't think so. Not necessarily. McAllister was hurt at the beginning of the year, and we started to play Soboslai over him, and Soboslai was just running all over the place and playing hard and scoring set pieces. And it kind of blinded you guys to the fact that he honestly didn't get much better. His link-up play was still worse. His game back to the goal was still bad. His tempo pushing and the ability to keep the ball going forward as a midfielder and to make passes, and to see passes and to be aggressive wasn't up to par.
No.
So everybody takes a step back, and who do we decide to scapegoat? We decide to scapegoat Cody Gakpo? What? I didn't understand it. When he showed you guys, hey, when I play for the Netherlands, I'm the best player out here. When I was at Ajax, or PSV, I'm the best player out here. Is PSV, Liverpool? No. Is the Dutch league the Premier League? No. But everybody likes to talk about people's performance at the Euros. The guy performs. We're talking about people's performance at the World Cups. The guy performs. You see, he's having trouble at Liverpool. What happens? Major clubs come calling. Manchester City came calling. Tottenham came calling. Bayern came calling. All right, these are It shows you that he's not the problem. It like, how do we blame an individual? It's like blaming a wide receiver for bad production when his O line is bad, his running game is bad, and his quarterback is bad. It's like, like how am I supposed to produce when I can't get the ball? I'm wide open. I just need the ball thrown to me. Nobody. Justin Jefferson had a down year. Nobody in their right mind is going to say Justin Jefferson is bad and he needs to go.
No.
Nobody's going to say that. Mo Salah has a bad year. It's because Liverpool's having a down year. Gakpo has a bad year. It's because Gakpo is not up to par as a Liverpool player. Makes no sense. No sense. And I understand Mo Salah. He's got a little bit more deposits, as I like to call them. All right, he has a little bit more deposits of confidence, deposits of excuses for, hey, I've been great for so long. I've been great in so many great moments. Right, those are positives of deposits of confidence into the fan base. I understand, Cody Gakpo has less deposits than that, but the standard for wearing the jersey is always the same. You can't be inconsistent in your support for players wearing the jersey. Like, I don't care if it's A.J. Brown or Mekhi Lemon. You better produce if you're our number one receiver. I don't care if it's Jason Peters or Jordan Mailata. You better produce if you're my left tackle. I don't care if it's Cam Jurgens or Jason Kelce. You better produce if you're going to be the starting center for the Eagles. I don't care if it's Joey Aguilar or Hendon Hooker. Guess what? You better produce if you're the starting quarterback for Tennessee. I don't care if you're a senior or a freshman. The expectation is to win games. Obviously, you might have a little bit more patience and a little bit more leeway with the freshman. All right, the same way you might have a little bit more patience and leeway with the guy who has so many deposits like a Mo Salah. But the expectation, right? If you're going to be one of those guys that gives criticism and criticize the team that you support, you got to have consistent criticism. Are guys meeting the expectation? Are guys good enough to wear the jersey or not? Now, granted, Mo Salah isn't wearing the jersey anymore. Right, he's playing in Turkey now. Cody Gakpo will not be playing in Turkey this year. I'll go on a limb and say that. Cody Gakpo leaves Liverpool. He won't be going to Turkey. Good football. Anything you want to say? Anything you want to ask, Cam, before we wrap up another great lunchtime pod?
I don't have any words right now.
Anything you want to talk about? Who's looking hot right now in MLB? I know you keep up with the MLB.
Man, I'm a big fan of the Cubs this year. They're looking hot. They're looking good. They have an MVP candidate. I think that he should probably win the MVP win the NL MVP over Shohei Ohtani, but due to different things, that might not happen.
What's going on with Chris Bryant? I love Chris Bryant. I know the Cubs were good last time they had Chris Bryant. Is Chris Bryant still good?
Oh man, Chris Bryant. I'm not even sure if he's in the league.
Did he play for the Dodgers now or something like that?
When I tell you, I don't think he's doing anything special these days on the field. he was good. He was a guy who had got a nice peak. But he was. Yeah, nah, he's.
Well, he's in Colorado.
Well, there you go.
He's in Colorado. He's batting .154.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's got 1 RBI and 6 hits. Oh, that was last year, 2025 season. He might be out the league.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but no, I like the Brewers. I like the Cubs. The Yankees, they're starting to figure it out a little bit. As the season comes to an end, trying to, get right before the playoffs.
Hurt his back.
The Guardians are decent after the trade deadline. Obviously, Dodgers are going to be involved.
Wasn't Chris Bryant on the Dodgers? Am I missing something? When did he become a Colorado Rocky? Really hurt his back. How about my Phillies? I know we got off to a slow start, then we had a little hot streak there.
The Phillies are good. They're behind the Braves right now for the division, but the Phillies should, they should be fine.
Could they win the World Series?
Of course.
Okay. What about the Yankees? I know Aaron Judge has been, hurt. Are the Yankees still in contention?
Yeah, no, the Yankees, I'd say so. I mean, they're also, they've dealt with injuries and, different stuff, but they're trying to make a nice little run before the end of the season. So, I mean, they definitely should make the wild card for sure. And then at that point, you get playoff Aaron Judge and all the guys. So, but I'm not picking them to win the World Series now.
You're not picking the Yankees. When is Mike Trout going to demand a trade and come home?
He doesn't want to leave, bro.
I mean, it's a
He's
nice.
He's content being out here.
It's nice. Anaheim is nice. I know you know that firsthand. I don't know, man. I feel like Mike Trout would be a missing piece for the Phillies. Do you think the Phillies would be better if we got Mike Trout?
In a trade, depending on what you give, I mean, yeah, but you're playing besides what DH, because they're not gonna play him out in center, because you guys got Crawford out there. He's not gonna play in. Well,
not gonna play first base.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, heck no. I mean, maybe you can move down to like left field or something, or but I mean, you got Kyle Schwarber at DH. He's not, Kyle Schwarber's he's good. So it's like
he's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's like, what are we?
What are the missing pieces for the Phillies? Is it pitching?
Honestly. I'd say so. I mean, their pitching is decent, but also too, you got to think when you have, I don't know. I'm not going to say that there is necessarily a missing piece, meaning that like, you guys have to go get someone. I think that the team now is fine. I just don't think that they have anybody who is good hitting off the right. Like as far as like a power hitter.
Yeah.
A lot of your guys' best hitters are left. Bryce Harper, Schwarber, Justin Crawford. Whatever. So yeah. I say so. I mean, you guys are a great team. So it's like it's not like
we're not littered with holes.
Lineup is a little left-handed.
Kind of scare me right
there. And top-headed, but you guys be fine.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on the Lunchtime Pod. We got to get you on here more often. It's always great to have Cam Watts on the pod. Wish we could have saw his beautiful face, but we got him to call in today, which is also a good thing. Um, anything you want to say? Anything you want to shout out?
I just want everybody to just have a great, blessed day. Keep working. Just keep grinding, man.
How about that? Young Genius Sports Podcast, man. Lunchtime Pods. Another banger of an episode, man. See you guys, man.